gargoyle of the front row fanatics, and you're watching my two good friends on Top Rope Reality.
Hams.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode 148. Only one away, 149 from our big year ender here at Top Rope Reality, and we love our big year ender.
We always got to have a good big year ender. We got our toppies coming.
We got our toppies, we got our Hall of Fame. Before we get started, let's wish Pierre a big happy birthday.
Exactly.
Because today is his birthday.
Today is Pierre's birthday. He's getting old?
He's already old.
Oh, there you go.
Exactly.
I agree.
The cat calls are out for Pierre.
Absolutely.
So let's get started with some breaking news this week.
Big stuff.
Yeah, New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 12 tickets are selling at a record pace.
And I guess we can attribute that to, wow.
Pierre, you need to control your cat calls.
That's right. We're going to contribute that to Kenny Omega taking on Y2J.
Yeah, I expect that too, yes.
Yes. That's exactly why Wrestle Kingdom 12 is selling very well, and it's going to be quite a match. I think it's going to be one of those big talked about matches for quite a long time.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so too. Also, we have WWE.
This is ridiculous. I don't understand this.
And Jim Johnston have parted ways.
They said that it wasn't that they really released him. They waited till his contract expired.
Uh-huh.
And once it expired, they didn't renew it.
They said bye-bye.
Which, what I'd heard was that the CFOs had been released as well.
Oh.
Which are the ones that did Nakamura's music and Bobby Roode's music and all those. So, who's doing the music now?
I know.
If Jim Johnston's gone and CFOs are gone.
Then that should be everybody. It's Vince McMahon's doing the music.
Apparently.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to figure out is who is doing the music stuff now. Very odd.
I guess we'll find out whenever they release some more music.
Right?
Lio Rush. I mean...
Some of this stuff doesn't make any sense. They're saying he's not been released by WWE, but he did remove all the WWE references from his Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And also went from Orlando to Baltimore.
Oh, for his location?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes. And he hadn't been on any tapings or anything like that since he run his big mouth. So maybe they got rid of him, they sent him on back and say, you can go back to the Indies for a little while until you learn how to act, and then we may hire you again.
It wouldn't surprise me, but the fact that nobody's confirmed that he's been released, like, why be quiet about it?
That's true.
They haven't said, no, guys, we haven't released him. It's just been, like, very quiet and everything. But, you know, the same thing happened a long time ago with Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan's profile completely changed on Twitter, and her name changed and everything. They're like, oh, she must be released. Mm-hmm. And then she was at the next tapings on the show, and she wasn't really. So it's very, very odd.
That is.
But, you know, Lio Rush came in with this big hoopla and hooray, and then that one tweet being put out, and, you know, I agree with William Regal. People do make mistakes. Mick Foley said the same thing.
Yes.
You got to forgive and forget. And, you know, he said some stupid stuff. I get all that. I don't think it's a reason to be fired. I think it's a reason to have a sit-down talk, and because they do teach them that at the Performance Center on how to act on social media.
He must have missed that class.
He must have missed the class. So that is something that they need to sit down and talk with him about, but I don't think it's a reason to release him.
No.
Unless it was a constant issue and he was posting inappropriate stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll have to keep up with that for the next, you know, few weeks into the new year, because
see what happens.
Maybe they're going to wait till the new year happens to announce finally that he's released. But why wait so long?
That is true. Why wait? That don't make any sense. FloSlam. Hope you didn't have no FloSlam or anything like that.
I did for a month. I canceled it after the first month trial just because I wanted to watch one of the all-female wrestling shows with two of my girls on it, Stormy Lee and Aja Pereira, who fought each other in a match. It was a tournament for one of the new belts with one of the all-female promotions. And I wanted to see that one match, and so I paid a whole month's thing for it. So,
well, they went up on their thing, and you didn't get live content and everything like that, and it just went downhill from there. And why would you pay so much? Why would you pay almost $29.99 for something?
It was very expensive,
yes.
But they did have multiple promotions, which was a helpful thing. they had the Shimmer and the Shine. I think it was Shine that I watched. Mm-hmm. They had Shimmer and Shine. They had House of Hardcore on there. They had a lot of different promotions, and even some from Great Britain and all that kind of stuff. So they did have, a lot more to offer when it came to promotions than WWE does.
Right now.
Right now.
I think 18 will be a little different.
But they decided to try to sue WWN Live because of some kind of contract dispute. And the moment that was the kiss of death when they tried to go after them and they refused to show their pay-per-view because they announced that the same weekend as one of the WWN Live pay-per-views.
Yep.
And so no one got to watch it on FloSlam, and literally was the kiss of death right there. Because WWN Live has their own stuff, so I don't understand why they were even... I guess FloSlam maybe they felt was a way to get more viewers and to get more stuff out there, but they have their own Roku channel and everything.
Mm-hmm. But they were on the WWE.com website. They were talking about them.
Really?
Yes.
So...
And that's the article on there. So.
And I'm thinking that maybe that's what it is that, what's his name... Gabe Sapolsky and are working more with WWE, and maybe FloSlam didn't like what they were doing because there was a possibility that WWN was going onto the network and all those rumblings happened, and FloSlam got a little butthurt about it. But regardless, in the end, they got ate up by the system, if you will, because they discontinued the live streaming service and they laid off their entire staff.
But we still got the global, what's it called?
Global Wrestling Network.
That's it. We still got that. Right?
It's still there.
Is it still there?
I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
They do actually have, they have multiple promotions. They don't just have Impact.
Oh, right.
Which, if I ordered it, I would just do it for the old stuff. Because I do like a lot of the old school stuff when they brought up AJ Styles and they built him up.
Yes.
And I like all of that old stuff. But they also have, like, Border City Wrestling. They have because they're dealing with Canadian stuff now. So
they are.
Scott D'Amore, they have his promotion on there and things of that nature. So they have some indie promotions. They have 2 or 3, but
they had to live in Canada to get it for it's over with.
It wouldn't surprise me. And so many people are leaving. I could have sworn that they said that Laurel Van Ness was the next women's champion.
She is the women's champion.
She already asked for a release.
Yeah, she won the title and then
asked for a release. Maybe they gave her the belt and weren't going to give her no more extra money or something. If you go in there expecting extra money, I mean, I even watched an interview, I read an interview with Earl Hebner, and he said he felt like he was paying them to be the referee.
Oh, that's bad.
He said that you weren't. He said there was some wrestlers getting $100 per show to wrestle. And he said it's a slap in the face to be a company on television and you're only paying your wrestlers $100 a match.
Well, I don't know if you saw the story. I just saw it just a couple of days ago, where it had Bobby Lashley, Eddie Edwards, and EC3.
What about?
They are looking to leave.
Really?
Because they have guaranteed contracts that they want to turn into per day contracts.
See, when you start... Okay, now if you were to wait till the contract expired and then say, okay, well, here's negotiation, this is all we can do for you. Okay, and then they can up and leave.
Right.
It's not a good idea to try to change a contract in the middle of a contract.
Well, it may be time to...
It may be time to renew.
And we ain't going from guaranteed to per day.
Right, and can you blame them?
Nope.
They could get... I mean, the indie scene is so big right now, they could get work constantly and
Oh, yeah.
make more money than they're making an Impact. And who would not want to see EC3 in NXT?
That's true.
I mean, he'll have a different name. I get all that. Technically, he might not. Because
that's true. He might
I don't
not.
know if you saw that or not, but they said that Ed Nordum is trying to put it in the contract verbiage now that if you work for Impact, you will be able to use your character outside of Impact from now. Like, he's basically in the verbiage letting them have their own characters and stuff.
Okay.
And that's why like WWE is doing the whole Woken thing. They're fine with Matt owning the Broken universe, which he's going to.
Mm-hmm.
So they're okay with it because he's going to use that exact character on the Indies if he ever leaves WWE.
Yeah.
And so you'll have the Woken and you'll have Broken, and it's the same thing. They just need to own it, and Matt knows that.
And all that matters when they do the Woken shirts, It'll make big bucks.
And he'll still do the delete
and the
thing.
delete, yes.
He'll still be able to do all that. So, you know, it's
obsolete.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, I think that Ed Norton's trying to save face by changing the contracts to where, well, one big thing you can get from us is you can keep your character when you leave.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's going to turn into nothing but Canadian wrestlers.
And referees.
And referees, yes.
And backstage guys, because we heard from Dutch for a while.
Oh, no, he's gone. They're saying that, that's another thing we didn't put in here, is they announced new executive vice presidents for Impact, which will be Scott D'Amore and Don Callis, who used to be Cyrus, the Virus, whatever his name was, from WWE. He was Jackal in WWE.
Yeah.
Cyrus in ECW. But the two of them, which are both Canadian, hey, they're there. They will be the executive vice presidents, and they'll be in charge of dealing with creative and stuff like that. So, you know, Dutch wasn't brought in for the tapings when they went to do Bound for Glory for Canada. So I saw the writing on the wall for him when Jeff left.
Yeah.
But
didn't he come back when Jeff? Yeah.
He came back with Jeff. So the thing is, it's going to be funny when Petey Williams is going to be the world champion. He's Canadian, you know. I mean, I don't see how they can afford Johnny Impact.
No, he re-signed a contract with him.
Wow.
Him and his girlfriend.
Taya, whatever her name is. I would love to see Rosemary leave and go to WWE. I'd love to see EC3 leave, and hopefully they use him correctly in WWE.
Best to be with him.
Oh yeah, he'll stick around.
He'll be with him till they close the door, and he'll still be like, "Hey, anybody there?"
Right. I'm coming to work. I'm coming to work.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
It'll be that bad. But yeah, I wish all the best for him, but it's definitely going
going downhill. Yes.
Yep. Anyway, continue.
Jack Swagger signing with Bellator.
No. I'm not angry at Jack Swagger. No. But anyway, yes, he is signed with Bellator now, so he's going to be kind of like Bobby Lashley, wrestling and MMA.
Yeah. I figured the one would be wrestling for Jack Swagger.
Probably. And then Sexy Star apparently shot on another opponent. I didn't see the video, but goodness gracious.
Yeah. I know that.
She needs to go home and quit.
She does. That is definitely what you're right about that. She definitely needs to go ahead and quit.
She's crazy.
I thought she was doing better, and then all of a sudden, back to it again.
Right.
And now let's go over to countdowns.
Got some countdowns for you on this. Close to the end of the year here.
Yes, here. We got 7 rookies to be hopes can invoke future stars.
Former stars.
Former stars.
So the new stars basically invoking the style or the kind of the same vibe of the former stars.
Some I get, some are like I don't get it all.
Yeah, like number 6 is stupid.
Hey, exactly, number 6, yeah.
Number 7 makes sense. We have Jack Gallagher invoking that of William Regal.
Yes, because they bring it up all the time to him. They did. Of course. Number 6, Konnor, the Undertaker.
Yeah, the comparison's not there. Konnor has, I mean, he's clearly a jobber. Okay, if it said Aleister Black Undertaker, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If it said Finn Balor Undertaker, makes sense.
But Konnor.
Not Konnor.
Do these people know who Konnor is?
Konnor would be Konnor and Victor of the Ascension, who are nothing more than jobber to the stars.
They are.
And friends to Fandango and Tyler Breeze.
Yes, they are.
Even though Fandango and Tyler Breeze don't realize they're friends with him.
No.
Then we have number 5, if he sticks around, Lio Rush being that of the new Rey Mysterio.
Booyaka, which I thought Kalisto would be.
Of course.
Yes.
It would make sense, right?
Could be, yes. We got Mandy Rose, Trish Stratus. Stratus faction, little Rose there. I can probably see that.
She is very attractive, I'll tell you that much. Mm-hmm. She is nice on the eyes, if you will.
Yes.
So I could see that. We haven't seen a lot of her wrestling yet, but I've heard a lot of good things because they said that they've been working on her call-up for her for a long time, even before the whole 3-woman team.
Right.
They were trying to get something going for her. And she barely did anything on NXT television. It just shows now you don't have to do NXT TV to get called up. Braun never wrestled a match in NXT television. And Mandy and even Sarah Logan hardly did much.
No.
Sonya Deville hardly did anything.
I'll see more Sonya Deville's after she debuted
Right.
than before.
And then, of course, Ruby Riott, and then who's the other one? Oh, she's so cute too, the little one. Dadgummit. Can't remember her name all of a sudden. You know who I'm talking about, the little blonde girl on SmackDown.
Oh, she's SmackDown one with a Riott now.
I can't remember her name. That's pretty sad, y'all. That is very sad.
I can't see her face right now.
Liv Morgan.
Liv, that's
Gosh,
right.
dog it. But do y'all realize that they live? That's why I thought everybody was going to join together, but apparently it's two separate groups. I don't like that.
Oh.
Because, okay, you had dark hair, pale, both groups.
Yep.
Ruby Riott and Paige.
Both pretty much the leader.
Thank you. You had the blonde, pretty bombshell with Mandy Rose and Lio
Rose, yes.
Lio Rose. Mandy Rose and Liv Morgan.
Yes.
And then you had the
That kind of goes. Yeah,
that kind of changed a little
Yes.
bit, but it's the brown hair, it's the dark hair look, and they're both very tan with Sonya Deville and Sarah Logan.
Mm-hmm.
And by gosh, she has such a country accent, don't she?
I think they gave it more.
You think they added more to it a little bit?
I hope so, because
You don't like them country folk, you know.
That's good.
Woo!
Woo. Okay.
And you think, because I thought Vince hated Southern folk.
Let's tone it down a little bit, like Kofi.
Yes.
Here from Jamaica, anyway. Just a little bit less.
Right.
Up next we have. Did you give? Oh, you didn't give enough 3 yet.
No, number 3, Adam Cole. They want to be like Shawn Michaels. No, he doesn't. He's a super kick.
Number 2, Nikki Cross and Lita.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
And then number 1 with a bullet. It's not going to work.
It's not.
But Jason Jordan being the new Kurt Angle.
No.
It's not a good idea.
No, he can follow the top stars he wants.
I'm telling you, I think if they would have went with Chad Gable as the kid, it would have worked. They love Chad Gable.
They do love Chad Gable.
I mean, think about it. Jason Jordan was struggling to keep his job. Then he found Gable, and they did the whole Ready, Willing, Gable. They never said Ready, Willing, Jordan.
Nope.
They always were chanting for Gable, and now they're trying to push Jason Jordan. It makes no sense.
Yep. But he will be a heel, and then they'll love him.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Just they don't see that. They don't see how that works for other people.
No, exactly. But by the time WrestleMania comes around, Jason Jordan will be a heel by then.
Yeah.
If he's not, there's something wrong.
We got next our another countdown. We got 2 this week. We got 10 major signings that WWE totally wasted. And you're thinking 10? You should do 50.
There is a lot.
That is true. We just got 10 here though. And we're gonna start with number 10, Raven. What a waste.
Yeah, what a waste. So he's worked there multiple times, but Scotty Flamingo.
Scotty Flamingo, yeah.
Johnny Polo. Yeah, he had some weird ones. But around that same time, though, he was also writing their Saturday morning shows, too. So that was interesting. They were putting him in the office around that time when he was managing, too. But when he was Raven, the last time around, nothing.
No.
Nothing. Nothing like when he was in WCW or ECW. And then we have number 9, who is going to be regulated to the Cruiserweight division, which clearly doesn't work for some people.
And this will be his last stop for WWE.
Oh, yeah, if he doesn't succeed here, he'll be done. Yeah. But this is Hideo Itami. I mean, he is injured, but I'm telling you, I think if he's on that main roster and he gets injured again, he'll be done. Which is sad because he came in with such fanfare. Hogan signed him. Hogan.
I mean, he will be Cruiserweight champion if he doesn't get injured.
Of course.
But
and he'll be at they put out all the big guns. You got Hideo Itami and Nia Jax that will be at the 205 Live live events.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that they're trying that.
Adam Pearce is writing the shows.
Really? Adam Pearce is going to write
or book the shows, yeah.
He's going to book the live events?
The live events, 205 live events, yes.
I wonder if he's booking the actual show, though.
Well, I don't know if he's doing the actual show, but they say he's doing the tour. He's going to be on the tour, so maybe they're just testing the waters here.
I mean, there's only 3 of them, so I mean, I think I've heard they've also committed to 3 in February, and I thought, okay, do January, February, and they're already being smart. They're not doing big venues.
No, definitely.
You need to do 1,000 to 3,000 seats, and that's it. You need to do armories and small arenas, and do like what the NXT does, the NXT live events.
Number 8, Ultimo Dragon.
Could have been so much more.
It could have been.
Didn't go very far though.
No, they didn't.
Number 7, Dr. Death Steve Williams. He got knocked out in that old, the old, what you call it?
Brawl for all.
And then he hung out with Jim Ross a little bit.
Yes.
And that was it. Hey, wasn't no better in WCW though when he went to go be with Oklahoma.
No, when he went back and then they made fun, that was not no.
No, and he had to do what he had to do to pay his bills.
Oh, yeah. Number 6, Tazz with 2 Z's.
You had to have your 2 Z's there.
Start off with so good, I mean.
So good. Beat Kurt Angle, didn't he?
Yeah.
Royal Rumble?
At the Royal Rumble, yes. And just went.
And then they made him tone everything down, which is what they've been doing to some of these.
Came an announcer.
Well, because he couldn't wrestle no more anyway.
So.
But yeah, when they tone him down, it's not good because they've done the same thing with a lot of the 205 guys. Because the show is nothing like the Cruiserweight tournament was.
No, it's not.
If the tournament translated over into the show would be a lot better. But you never see people like Graham Metalik. You never see people like Lindsay Dorado. That was one of the ones I was really looking for.
This past week.
Which is, he's still a jobber.
He is still a jobber, but I can't tell you last time Lindsay was on there.
He's never on there. I think he does like main event and superstars.
It's been a few weeks for TJ.
Yeah, I read that. They sent him home. Because they had nothing for him, so they were trying to cost cutting by sending anybody home that didn't have anything.
Well, that's the writer's fault.
Mm-hmm. But you have a lot of talent with only an hour show.
Yeah.
So there's some things you can't do.
No.
Number 5, the original Sin Cara.
Yeah,
that was a waste of time. Because they put him right to the main roster. He didn't have to do NXT. He should have done NXT and had to go and learn English and stuff like that. And it would have been a whole other world for him. He would have succeeded, in my opinion.
I think he would have to.
Because you think about Nakamura and Asuka and all them. They went to NXT. They did English speaking classes and stuff like that. And it's been a whole different ball game for them.
Yeah. Number 4, Scott Steiner.
Came in. Worked with Triple H a little bit, lost, and then went to a tag team with Test.
Lost.
And their tag team, they sicked. Because they feuded at first over Stacy Keibler, and then Scott turned against Stacy Keibler and became a team. Which it could have worked, but Scott doesn't need to be in a team. If it's not with Rick, or Buff Bagwell, don't need to be in a team.
Yeah,
it's just sad. But yeah, they could have done so much more with him, with his crazy self.
Roid rage, you know. So.
Yeah, that hurts a lot, you know.
Yes, it does.
Number 3?
You're number 3.
I'm number 3. I'm number 3. Yes. Number 3 is Big Van Vader. He left WCW because he got into a big old fight with old Paul Orndorff backstage. Apparently, the man beat him up with flip-flops on. Which is pretty sad, Mr. Vader.
I'll leave to you so maybe
I'm going to go to WWE now.
Yes.
But he came in, and I think he immediately had to have surgery, and so, that kind of puts you behind. Mm-hmm. But they never really used him to his full capacity. He was just a lackey for Paul Bearer. And
never WWE champion.
I think he was what? He was with Jim Cornette for a little while.
Yeah. And
then he was with Paul Bearer, and then he was disappeared, so. Yeah, they never could figure out what to do with him. His best thing was Japan. So.
Number 2, DDP.
The Stalker.
Yep, you are cursed. When you're the Stalker, you're cursed.
Just ask Mike Knox. Because they did that with him too, I think.
Ask Barry Windham.
True, he actually had the name. I forgot about that. But yes.
He went on the list, but he was a waste.
He was a waste, yes. But yeah, good old DDP. I mean, he made the most out of something crappy. But his best stuff was when he was working with Christian in the European title. He got a WrestleMania match out of it and won. So, but yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
better
honestly.
Better than number 1.
That's true. But, think about DDP, though. I mean, he literally comes in stalking someone that doesn't look anywhere near as good as his wife.
Who needs to be stalked?
Why Why would you start? I mean, I understand the mind games
I know, but
of feuding with Undertaker, but play the mind games with him because honestly, and I think even DDP said that in the interview. He's like, "Have y'all seen my wife? Why would I stalk her? Why would I stalk her? I got her."
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, this
sad.
You're gonna be a stalker and don't think out the whole story here.
Right. But they say years later whenever they had the idea for somebody else, which I thought was Mike Knox, I can't remember that. But they had the idea for somebody else and they brought it up and they say that Vince doesn't remember putting that on DDP. I'm like, I would try to forget it too.
Look at your network, Vince.
For only $9.99, but free for you.
Yes.
But number one
of the major signing that was totally wasted
is the man they call Sting.
Yes.
He said that he has no complaints about losing to Triple H. He loved the match. He loved the whole NWO versus DX thing.
Still could have done that. He should have won, though.
Of course he should have won.
Triple H did not need the win in WrestleMania.
And I mean, think about it. I mean, the man they
What
didn't
were they
know.
going with? Okay, well, I'm gonna get the first one over you. Then next year, you get your WrestleMania win. No,
But the next year never came. So that's why he should have gotten that because we weren't sure what he was going to do again. We weren't sure if he was going to wrestle again. And then you automatically make him a jobber when he loses to Triple H and then he gets a title match and he loses, of course, to Seth Rollins. He was going to lose regardless, even if he didn't get hurt.
I know.
Even if he didn't get hurt, he was going to lose. So, that's the sad part, because they're not going to let him wrestle again. He's saying that he doesn't have any symptoms, so he's not going to get the surgery.
Yeah. If
he gets the surgery, he knows he's done.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
He said Austin them said, don't get it.
Right. They said it. Austin said if you don't feel different, if you don't feel the symptoms, then don't get it unless you desperately have to have it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Vince is not going to take that risk of him versus Undertaker. I mean, clearly they didn't want to do Undertaker versus John Cena. Why would they do Undertaker versus Sting?
Yeah. Why not give the fans what they want?
Exactly. But that's going to be it.
They'll give us Roman Reigns and Undertaker again.
Yeah, there you go. But that's going to be it for part number 1. In part 2, we're going to continue with our pro wrestling review of the Monday Night Wars from February the 3rd to February the 24th of 1997.
Yes. It's great action from Raw and great action from Nitro.
Let's hope it gets better than they have been.
It don't.
It does not, apparently.
No. Well, I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm just a cat.
We'll see in a few clicks right here at Top Rope Reality. Episode 148. Sign language? Not one of those fake sign language guys, are you?